Hi, I'm Kat, and this tutorial is how to make these braided leather and suede bracelets. You can also make them with leather lace if you don't have suede lace. They're completely adjustable. They don't need very many supplies. They're fast, easy, and what I love about these is that they can also be a great DIY gift for someone who isn't female. For this, you'll need a pair of scissors, either some E6000 or super glue, leather cord, and either leather or suede lace. Start by measuring around your wrist, about the size that you would want to comfortably wear a bracelet. Cut your cord and cut 6 pieces total to this exact same length. Once you've cut all of your laces, lay out 3 of them, put a dab of glue on top, and then lay the other 3 directly on top of them, so you can kind of get your laces in a nice little cluster that will make them easier to work with. Once the glue has had a little bit of time to dry, put another dab of glue on the outside, then lay down one of the ends of your leather cord, overlapping a little over ½ inch, and then begin to wrap it around your bracelet. Don't wrap it too tight because you're going to have to put your cord back through. So this is the side that you have the dab of glue on. You're going to flip it over and feed the other end of the leather lace back through underneath the 3 loops that you made, and tugging on the end that you started with. Also tug on the long end of your cord, and that will tighten up the 3 loops that you just wrapped around. And just pull until it's good and tight. Now, since you already glued all of these together, you don't have to worry about putting too much pressure on any individual strip of leather, so you know it's not going to come flying out, and you added your extra dab of glue to give more security to the little loops that you just tied. I'm doing this mainly because I'm using suede on this one, but if you're using leather strips, they're going to grip against that leather cord a little bit more because they'll just generate more friction since they're both kind of sticky. If you have a clipboard, this is a good time to clip your work down. If not, you can just tape the end of your bracelet to your surface to make it easier to work with. Then I'm going to braid all of my leather strips using 2 strips for each of my braid cords. And while I do this, I'm going to do my best to make sure that my cords don't flip over or twist. I'm just going to try and keep the same flat sides facing up throughout the entire braid. If you wanted, you could even use 3 additional strips of leather, depending on how thick you wanted your bracelet. And once you're done braiding your bracelet, you're going to want to gather all of the laces together and get them as close to what you did on the other end by stacking 3 on top of 3, and then adding a couple dabs of glue to help them stay in place. Just like you did on the other side, add a dab of glue to what is now going to be the underside of your bracelet, since you already did the same thing on this end. Add that dab of glue, and wrap another length of leather cord around your bracelet the same way. And the last thing you're going to do is take your leather cords and, using the very tip of each cord, tie a knot around the length of cord on the opposite end of the bracelet. And that is your finished bracelet.